Welcome, I'm your host Brian, and today I am so excited to bring you one of my favorite games of all time, Dragon Age Origins. Oh, I've been sitting on the screen a little bit, been trying to do an intro. We're gonna ignore that. But this is a fantastic game. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play, and let's get into it. Oh, gotta go through all this. It's an older game, so it's on the 360, 2009, you can see in the bottom. I adore this game. This is my favorite game series of all time. I can't wait to play Veilguard. I've heard iffy things about it, but I love the series. So, you know, I can't wait. But this is going to be a great time. I love this game. When I started gaming, truly, this is what really brought me into it. You know, it's a special game to me, and I'm really glad to be playing it for the first game on the channel. But now, after a minute, here we are. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in by Hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven, and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Thernotes, 8:13.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. May even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
That is one hell of an intro, ladies and gentlemen. So, I've done some thinking about this, and firstly I'm gonna fix our little issue with HD. Hopefully that doesn't glitch out the stream too bad. Hopefully it looks a little better for you. So I realize I can do that because I got good enough internet. Now, that gives me a great time to segue this. This is all recorded on Twitch. All right. So that's exciting. It's all recorded on Twitch. And yeah. So I've already done a little discussing about this, about what I wanted to do for this playthrough and all that. And I've decided on a female. I didn't know it did that anytime they put a name, but Ashan. So I'm gonna play around with this a little. I usually like to mess with the tattoo. I don't like to mess with the facial structure too much. The Dales are known for their tattoos. Oh, I think that one's really pretty. Okay. And then I typically like to go for the blue one. I think that's so cool. And then hair, I'll mess with a little bit. Trying to take too long doing this one. I think I will actually rock with this one. I usually like to go for a red color. So exciting. Then portrait. I really only changed the background. My favorite color is purple. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna listen to these voices.
Concentration.
How do you do? Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed. Greetings. How do you do?
I like the cocky voice. Okay. We're only gonna hear that for a few times. They don't actually have the voice in the cutscenes, which means you're stuck with me. Who knew? Alright, anyways. Here we go. So dexterity is important, so is strength. All of these are important. Same with constitution. I also really like to upgrade cunning. Get coercion. Coercion's super good. Now lockpicking's good. I did decide on an archery build, which is something I haven't done personally in this game, which is so cool, because this is going to be a new experience for most people watching, I hope. But it's not for me. I've played this game so much, but we're going to go with melee archer, and then deft hands for lockpicking. Now, this might become a running joke, but I play most of my games on casual, because I'm just here to have fun
You were
and
born
play the
amidst the
story.
Dalish elves, noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly knit clans, struggling to maintain their half-forgotten lore in a human world that fears and despises them. You spend your time hunting with your clanmate Tamlin in the forests, and as is sometimes the case, your quarry is not always the local wildlife.
It's a Dalish!
And you three are somewhere you shouldn't be.
Let us pass, Elf. You have no right to stop us.
No? We will see about that, won't we? You're just in time. I found these humans lurking in the bushes. Bandits, no doubt.
We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us.
You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland.
We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours.
This forest isn't ours, fool. You've stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethalon? What should we do with them?
Oh. Give them a warning. Killing them will only bring
Letting
trouble.
them go might bring more of them. You are too soft.
Look, we didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave.
Yes, a cave. With ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be,
Treasure? So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits.
If you've been there, you should have treasure to prove it.
I have proof. Here, we found this just inside the entrance.
This stone has carvings. Is this Elvish? Written Elvish?
There's more in the ruins. We didn't get very far in, though.
This sounds like a trap. Don't believe
A
it.
trap? Oh, we didn't even know you elves were here. We were just trying to find the treasure.
And this is all you found? Why didn't you look for more?
There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it.
A demon. Where is this cave?
Just off the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside.
Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go?
Kill one. The others will make sure no one else comes.
No, wait! You can't do this!
Well, shall we see if there's any truth to this story? These carvings make me curious.
Shouldn't we inform the
You
keeper?
might be interested in these carvings, but let's see if there's anything more before we get excited. Besides, we're already here. Now, they said it was to the west.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go into here. Make sure the menu's all set up properly. Alright, awesome. Oh. You know, I did just have a bow. In the cutscene. Why don't I have a bow now? I guess we're rocking with dual daggers for a little bit. That's fine. Gonna take on some wolves
I was
here.
hoping for something more exciting. If you insist.
Lyrium is important. Codex about the Hala. No creature is more revered by the Dalish than the Hala. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Hala keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, these stags bore elven knights into combat, but since the fall of the Dales, they are used less as mounts and more to pull the Aravels. It is rather unfair the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For a people that so clearly adore their hounds, Fereldans simultaneously harbor a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From the Legends of Ferelden, by Mother Alice at Denerim, 910 Dragon. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then only when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When the darkspawn rise into the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. In Blight's past, the corruption of the darkspawn spread throughout the wilder areas of Thedas. It would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instinct. Blight wolves are always found in large groups and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. So we're going to go through some of the codex right now, before we get into more gameplay. In time, the human empires will crumble. We have seen it happen countless times. Until then, we wait. We keep to the wild borderlands. We raise Hala and build Aravels and present a moving target to the humans around us. We try to keep hold of the old ways to relearn what was forgotten. We call to the ancient gods, although they do not answer and have not heard us since before the fall of Arlathan, so that one day they might remember us. Elgranon, the eldest of the sun, and he who overthrew his father, Mythal the protector, Fenharil the dread wolf, Andril the huntress, Falendin the friend of the dead, Dirthamin the keeper of secrets, Galain, the mother of Hala, June the master of crafts, and Silace the hearthkeeper. We gather every 10 years for the Lathflin, to retell the ancient stories and keep them alive. For when the human kingdoms are gone, we must be ready to teach the others what it means to be elves. As told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of the Dalish Elves. There's so much detail in this game, and that's why I'm going to stop and read the codex. This is also why we
Naturally.
it's also why we take that lockpicking perk. I'll read them as they come. For now. Just for this episode. There are places in the Brazilian forest where the veil is so thin the difference between awake and dreaming is next to nothing. In one such place, a woodshaper was born under such unfortunate stars that his mother named him Abelis, which means sorrow, and he lived up to his name. He could keep no apprentices, and lost his stock of bows in mishap after mishap, until finally he had nothing. The rest of the clan began to fear that his ill luck would harm them, too, and whispered among themselves of casting him out. Abelis heard them and resolved to change his luck, and so went into the forest alone to seek a suitable tree from which to make bows. At last he spied a young rowan growing beside the stream. He drew his axe, and the tree cried out in fear, begging to be spared. But Abelis said, "If I do not take your life, mine will surely end." And with 2 strokes he felled the tree. From the tree he made the finest 3 bows he had ever crafted. Pleased, Abelis returned to camp and gave his bows to the hunters at once. By nightfall, however, the camp was in an uproar. The hunters had returned with braces of hares, which, when cut open, revealed only worms and sawdust. The elder said it was a sign that the hunters had robbed some spirit of its host, for it is well known that spirits do not go about the waking world of their own, but inhabit another creature's body. The elder worked a charm to banish the spirit back to the Fade, and the clan went to sleep hungry. The next day, the hunters brought back a doe, and again the beast bled sawdust. Now the clan began to fear the spirit would starve them, and wondered what they had done to deserve it. Abelis came forward and told of the rowan tree. The elder considered for a long time before declaring that they must replace what Abelis had taken from the spirit. So he sent the hunters to dig up a rowan sapling and bring it, living, to the camp. There the elder ordered the sapling planted, and appealed to the spirit for forgiveness. There was a terrible sound then, as if the whole forest were crying out in protest. Darkness fell upon the camp, though it was just past midday. And when the darkness passed a rowan grove, every tree bearing the frozen face of a terrified elf, stood where the camp had been. From then on, it was forbidden in every clan to cut living trees in the Brazilian forest. The spirits know nothing of forgiveness. Pretty ominous. Pretty ominous stuff. But we push forward. Gonna grab some elf root. That stuff's important for crafting later, I believe, for specifically healing potions. Rubble. Deep shrubs. We will explore this cave.
This must be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you?
No, and that worries me. We should be wary.
Always the careful one. Fine, but I'm not running back until I know there's something worth making a fuss over. Come on, let's at least see what's there. How dangerous could it be?
How dangerous indeed.
It looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
Wonderful.
And
Let's unlock this chest.
done.
Is there a difference between the short bow and the scout bow? Yeah, rapid aim. We'll go this way.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
And
Going.
Take that!
Right.
there we go. Take a little look around. Another short bow. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the scout's bow for now. Gotta push ahead, deeper in. Well, that's a corpse.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
It's worn, but it looks vaguely familiar.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
It's interesting. So much of our past is lost to us.
I'd never have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
More of these? Well, all right
Okay.
then.
That's poison. Gotta stun and move away.
Prepare to die! Are those walking corpses? This place is haunted.
It is indeed.
Oh, right.
And that is a big old bear that I do not want attacking me. Let's not. Let's not.
Going.
Always attacking the archer for no reason.
By the creators. What was that thing?
I do not know. I know, but lore-wise, we do not know. We're gonna hit a cheeky little level up here, get cutting up, and then increase our strength. So I can take improved combat training. We're gonna get pinning shot, because that's a very good ability. And take a look at this mirror.
Beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the writing says.
The keeper might be able to translate
Maybe,
it.
but she's not here to help us. Odd that it isn't broken like everything else. Especially with that bear lumbering around in here. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
Get away from it,
Hold
Tamlin.
on, I just want to know what it is. Don't you see it? There it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me. Help! I can't look away!
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethalon. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Fine, Finero, but a little
We thought
groggy.
you would die. The Shem who brought you here said there wasn't much hope. Seems he was wrong.
There was a human?
A Shem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him?
I've been here for 2
He was
days?
a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
Is anyone looking for
Of course.
Tamlin?
Most of the hunters are off looking for him right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
I see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
Duncan, is that the one who brought me back?
Yes. He introduced himself as a Grey Warden. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
All I remember was the mirror.
And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dallin? Without you, we will not find it.
I am up to it, Keeper. I feel
I am
fine.
relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly.
Take Meryl to the cave and find Tamlin. I understand.
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
I'm curious about these Darkspawn you
Remember
mentioned.
that Tamlin needs your help.
You think this cave was a Darkspawn lair?
Darkspawn are savage, uncultured creatures, more akin to locusts than men. They may have befouled the cave, but they did not build what is there. From the Warden's description, it may have been a temple devoted to an old god. Should we return, I may see it for myself.
Could that bear-like monster have been a Darkspawn?
The old tomes say Darkspawn come in as many varieties as surface creatures. They also say that many Darkspawn are seen only during what the humans call a blight. Perhaps your bear monster was one of those.
I have no more questions about the Darkspawn.
Then do not
Keeper.
tarry. Find Tamlin quickly.
Goodbye, Keeper. Eldest of the Sun. We'll read some of these codexes later that I find here, because I want to get more into the game.
I'm glad you recovered. Once we find Tamlin, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Could I ask you for a bow as well, Master
One of my
Island?
own crafting, perhaps?
Yes, thank you.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes? May the creators guide your path.
I don't. He just gave me another short bow. Okay. Oh, another scout's bow. Alrighty.
Hello there. I don't think we've met.
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
You're not Dalish,
Not
are you?
obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
Prove yourself useful and the clan will be your
I'll do
home.
my best. I hope we find your missing friend very soon.
Who's over here? It's people without names. Okay.
Moving on.
I could probably sell this stuff, actually. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Ah, back again? Of course.
Sorry. Oh my god, I'm so used to skipping all of the dialogue. But I'm gonna try not to do that. I promise. I want the Dalish longbow. It's a good buy. We're not gonna need those potions. So now we will equip that. Beautiful longbow. Alright. Here is Meryl.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Let's head out
And
now.
let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Darkspawn.
Defend yourself! Yes.
Better archer than they are.
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
I don't
I've never
know.
seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Maybe they followed the Grey Warden
Or he
here.
followed them. But why would they come here? And why would he? Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I'm fine. Why do you
It's
ask?
just that you're quite pale. You look a bit feverish, in fact.
It's just the exertion.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
Gonna put your bow away?
This
or-
reminds me of that. I wonder whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
No, it wasn't here. It's
The Grey
fresh.
Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps this is his camp. If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's too quiet.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Careful. I don't like
It seems
this.
whatever you woke up inside that cave has spread outside. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly. Oh, right.
Just in time.
Let's do this quickly, shall we? Go. Aw,
Here we go. Back into the deep. And I got a codex update.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Don't talk like that. You don't know.
We should explore farther before I go on about my fears. I'm sorry.
Well, I really don't want to go that way. I'm gonna be honest. I heard some weird noises, and I don't want to go that way.
Huh.
Okay. Why are we like coming after me? I'm.
And I'm off.
Okay.
Yes. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm just glad there's no
Don't look
more
now.
spiders.
Trap. So simple to see, really. Don't look now.
Traps. A lot of traps. Whoa. It's a ton of XP.
Never any shortage of these ones.
More of these things. See, the ones with the yellow names are a bit stronger, so you generally want to focus them.
And I'm off. For the tails!
Whoa, our health's gotten a little low there. Take that. And that. And this is the door, is it not? Hello, Duncan.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
So you're Duncan, the Grey Warden who saved me.
Pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andarana Tishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
We're looking for our brother, Tamlin.
So you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
Yes, Tamlin touched the mirror and I blacked out.
I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
We need to take it to the... So it's true. I had the Darkspawn.
You have it still, and it will infect others so long as this mirror exists. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Then what should I do?
First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat.
That was bright.
It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
What about
There is
Tamlin?
nothing we can do.
So he's dead then? Are you sure?
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
Won't there at least
The
be a body?
Darkspawn would have taken it.
Taken it where? Or what would they do with it?
Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. I'm sorry.
Very well. Let's go back to...
I sense no other Darkspawn nearby, so it's safe. Lead on.
I'm relieved you have returned. And I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlin? What did you find of him?
If he was alive, the Darkspawn would have
Yeah.
killed him.
There were Darkspawn in the cave.
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Dalen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Very well,
Tell
Keeper.
Hiren Paivel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
We gotta level up. That's something. We'll go with Crippling Shot. That's a good one. Quest markers sending me this way. Or Codex. We love the Codex.
Over with. Don't think so. Success.
Master
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
It's my fault. I failed
You've
the
done
clan.
nothing of the sort, Dalen. Do not blame yourself. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
The Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service.
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Thank you, Harren.
You know, it's imperative now more than ever to pass on what we know to the young. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Certainly,
Come
Harren.
then. Help me as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Long ago, we were slaves to the
Yes,
humans.
slaves to a terrible empire. The humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't
They
let
were
us be.
resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Then the humans declared war on the
And
Dales.
so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who have lost
We
them.
are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenan. Never again shall we
Thank
submit.
you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the Oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get on with your business now. Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
What's in here?
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
I would be honored, but how did this
The
come about?
darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Will I be able to return to my
We do
clan?
not know. But we could not watch you suffer. The Grey Warden offers you a way to survive.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
Is the clan
a
sending
great
me
army
away?
of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Then I accept this privilege, Duncan, if you'll
I
have me.
welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalen. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go? Then
Yes.
say your farewells, and let us be off. We have much ground to cover.
Come then, Dalen. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I'm Ashan, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
I thought humans considered us dangerous. No, that's too mean. You know of the
I wish I
Dalish,
knew
King
more,
Cailan?
but your people aren't exactly fond of mine. For good reason. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the Tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do.
I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens
Yet
highly.
not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean? What
Every
ritual?
recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The Joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Wonderful. Let's get this over with.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
All right. We have made it to Ostagar. This is where I will save for the first time. And that is where we will leave things. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, give me a like. And if it's not too much trouble, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content. Honestly, this is a hobby of mine. I really want to see it go somewhere. And I can't do that without you. Thank you all. And I hope you have a wonderful time.